And my go-to counsel was Vipin Sanghi uncle. I would go and I would brief him, and he would see the passion and he would see the effort that I would tell me, Siddharth, this bench is not going to grant me any relief. Right? So what I propose we do is that you take this opportunity, you go ahead and start arguing the matter when it's called out, and I'll slip in a little later and sit next to you. For a youngster like me at that time, and in the Supreme Court of those days, it was manna from heaven. And it gave me so much confidence that I would go there and argue matters, and he would come and sit next to me. And if I had missed out on anything, he would prompt me. That, to a large degree, has made me as confident as I am today. And I miss him. I have missed him all the time. He was a wonderful mentor. He's somebody who held my hand throughout. And God bless him. Well, coming back to Vipin. Now, Vipin, contrary to this dark, sober image that he projects, is quite the opposite. This is not an appropriate forum to get into all the peccadillos and shenanigans of my Lord Mr. Justice Vipin Sanghi, the Acting Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court. So I'll reserve that for another day. And I still have his farewell speech to deliver, which I will do with all solemnity. But I must say something that I believe most of you wouldn't know, that Vipin is a very gifted singer, has always been, and has been very fond of all genres of music, including Indian classical and old Hindi movie songs. So, in conclusion, all that I will say is that it's a sher by Allama Iqbal. I'm sure the learned ASG is trying to persuade Vinu to sing a song for us today. And it would be a treat, I can promise you that. But all that I will say is that हजारों साल नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे रोती है, बड़ी मुश्किल से होता है चमन में दीदावर पैदा. And Vipin, in fact, is going to be like a breath of fresh air for the Uttarakhand High Court, regardless of its exalted climes. And the changes that I'm sure that he's going to make are going to be remembered or are going to benefit that institution for long years to come. Thank you so much, Jay.
Thank you very much, Justice Mridul. And it gives me immense joy and with extreme pride, I have the honor of inviting Honorable Mr. Justice Vipin Sanghi to address the bar, his own family. Ladies and gentlemen, another standing ovation will be in order.
My dear Mohit, Abhijat, Siddharth, Manmohan, the learned ASG, Chetan Sharma ji, my sister and brother judges, all the members of the bar, senior and junior, thank you so much for holding this function for me, to bid me farewell on a vacation day, and I'm completely overwhelmed to see how many of you have turned up today despite the summer break being on. I'm aware that some of you have, in fact, cut short your vacations to be here today to bid me farewell. And I'm really touched by this gesture, and I'm very grateful to you all. This bar has been my Janam Bhumi and Karam Bhumi. Janam Bhumi as an advocate, and also my Karam Bhumi as an advocate, and thereafter as a judge of this court. When I became a lawyer, I avoided coming to the court till the last day that I could. So till I got my sanad, I did not step into the court. That was because I knew that the rest of the life that I have will be spent in courts. So I decided to come here only when it became necessary. I remember those days. The bar was much smaller in terms of its population. The canteen was smaller than what we have today, and even that was sufficient and looked big enough. Even the courtrooms, this was the only building then in operation. Even the courtrooms were sufficient in number and not very crowded. And those were the times when we had stalwarts like Mr. Makhija, Mr. I'm forgetting the names now, Lekhi Sahab, Madan Bhatia ji, Roshan Sahab, and so many of them. Of course, Chandyok Sahab was very much there. He continues to be with us, going strong. And it was a very good bar, and it has only continued to improve and flourish ever since. Whenever I think and talk about this bar, I feel very happy and proud, because this is a bar which promotes merit, recognizes merit, and this is a bar which absorbs and assimilates anybody and everybody who comes to practice here. We are a truly cosmopolitan bar. There is no division in this bar, either on account of religion or caste or creed or from where you come. Everyone is most welcome to participate, to show your merit, to rise. That is the strength of this bar. This is where I learned the ropes, and it is this bar which has given me everything, both as an advocate and thereafter as a judge. When I became a judge, I did not have a very great practice. It was not that I was having a very flourishing practice. My area of practice was mostly on the civil side, and when I assumed charge as a judge, over these years I have sat on practically all jurisdictions, and in every jurisdiction I sat, I have learned from the bar. Whatever I have learned today, is what the bar has taught me. Bar has been very patient. All of you have been very patient. And very respectfully, very politely, you have actually taught me. I am very grateful to all of you for that. Both Manmohan and Siddharth have spoken about my personal life a little bit. Justice Manmohan narrated a particular incident. The persons involved are present here, but I will not name them. But they know what I'm talking about. Yes, we played a lot of pranks. He's narrated only one of them. There was another one. And I remember the time when I was working with Mr. Mukul Rohgi in his chamber, how every evening after the court, myself and my friend Mr. Gambhir, who's here, we would go to Rakesh, his stall, and we would order either cold coffee or hot chocolate, depending on the weather. So one day I told Rakesh, while we were standing there, other people were ordering cold coffee, etc. So I just jokingly told him, I said, Rakesh, ये cold coffee or hot chocolate मैंने शुरू करवाया है, which is a fact. I was the first one to tell him कि भी ऐसे बना लो. He used to not बनाता नहीं था. So I said, ये मेरे कारण तुम्हारी इतनी सेल होती है, तुम्हें मुझे कोई रॉयल्टी देनी चाहिए. And you know what his retort was? He said, sir, आपको पता नहीं है, मैं आपसे 2 रुपए कम लेता हूँ. Even without my asking for royalty, that man was very honestly passing it on without my knowing. I remember Santram's shop was next to his, and we used to enjoy the samosas and pakoras from there. And I remember Rajiv Nanda, he's a very funny person, he's a very nice sense of humor. So he would go to Santram's stall and tell Santram, who's unfortunately no more, he used to tell him, एक कॉलरा दे दो, एक टाइफॉइड दे दो, एक जॉन्डिस दे दो. And the look on Santram's face was something to be seen. Similarly, we used to enjoy the pan and the pan shop. Mr. Rohgi's chamber and Mr. Arun Jaitley's chamber were side by side, and those were the times when we used to have lunch together. Mr. Rohgi, Mr. Jaitley, Mr. Nair, myself, Amrit, Maninder Acharya, and we would have some special appearances, sometimes Anand Sachte, sometimes so many others would drop in. We had a wonderful time, and after 36 years at the bar and thereafter on the bench, I'll be leaving you. I don't know how I'm going to cope up. I've got so used to this place, to this spot, to all of you, that it's not going to be easy for me when I leave. I'm going to Nainital, very nice state, touristy place, and My doors are open to all of you. So please do visit the state. And whenever you are in Nainital, please call upon me. And time permitting, I would love to meet you. So, thanks a lot once again. Jai Hind. So there is a request that I should sing something. I'm jet lagged. I've landed from Canada just last night. So I don't know what's going to. चलते चलते मेरे ये गीत याद रखना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना।
Don't have words to express the gratitude of the bar to Honorable Mr. Justice Sanghi for all that he has done for each one of us. Our Vice President, Mr. Jatan Singh, who would have ordinarily proposed a vote of thanks, is late in coming back from Singapore. His flight got delayed. I call upon my Joint Secretary, Mr. Amit Saxena, to please propose the vote of thanks. I'll let that be, sir.
Honorable Mr. Justice Vipin Sanghi ji, Acting Chief Justice. Honorable Mr. Justice Sardar sir. Honorable Mr. Justice Manmohan sir. All the honorable judges. Today, it's a mixed feelings, mixed emotions, having seen you for the past 23 years, as far as I am concerned. Sir, you should be standing here in this lobby with the cause list in your hand. A big thank you all for coming in such large numbers on a vacation day, to all the judges who have taken that, maybe cut short their vacations, to all the members. I'm sure most of them have specially come to bid farewell in such large numbers. While we were planning to have this on such a short notice, we were all apprehensive whether we will have the numbers. But today, seeing everyone in such large numbers shows the love and affection we all have for Honorable Mr. Justice Vipin Sanghi. Thank you all. Thank you all. Requesting all to join us for high tea and snacks in the cafeteria today. Due to the weather outside, we chose to have it in the canteen. Thank you all once again. Thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Members of the committee will please come on the dais to have a photograph with the Honorable Mr. Justice Sanghi.
चलो जी भाई साहब बंद कर दूँ, इसको बंद कर दूँ।